I never imagined that I'd be thrilled to leave behind my Hawaiian vacation. 3 days of constant rain turned paradise into an expensive soggy trap. Closed beaches, flooded trails, and a hotel room that was like a $400 per night sell. So when my coworker Marcus sent a text that our big client presentation was brought forward 4 days, I was in the mood to escape back to my cozy Chicago apartment at 437 Oakwood Lang. The red eye from Honolulu was smooth, and I grinned thinking about my team's shock when I'd show up at the office bronzed and ready to destroy the presentation. The cab ride from O'Hare to my complex, The Grove, was short at that late hour. The driver, a talkative woman named Louise, glanced at my Aloha shirt. Vacation cut short, yeah, rain and work emergency. I told her, recognizing familiar streets. At least you got some sun, Mr. Carter? I tipped Louise well, still vacation spinning mode, and wheeled my suitcase to the front. It was 11:52 p.m. April's cool settling over the sleek neighborhood. My second-floor apartment in the clean three-story building was my haven. I trudged up the stairs, bypassing the elevator, hungry for a hot shower and my own bed. The dark hallway, a thorn in the side of Mrs. Khan, and 1B appealed to me. Fine, the HOE board where I worked had kept it that way in spite of her complaints. At my door, I mangled my keys, jet-lagged. The stench in there was off nail polish and something metallic. Then I heard it water splashing in my bathroom. I stood frozen, suitcase in hand. Someone was in my apartment. Instinct shouted to call 911, but anger pushed me ahead. Who breaks in the shower? I dropped my bag and crept over to the living room, where the view hit like a fever dream. Gladys Thornton, my 62-year-old neighbor from 2C, sat on my leather sofa, and a towel, only another, coiled around her wet gray hair. Her calloused toes were on my coffee table, painting her toenails fire engine red. The cushions underneath her were wet. My TV blared a trashy reality show, and beside her was a glass of my treasured whiskey half poured. For 10 seconds, we stared, her nail polish brush suspended. Steam filled the bathroom. Gladys, I strangled out, breaking the silence. Her anger wrangled into disgust like I'd crashed her soiree. "What are you doing here, Malik? You're not returning till Sunday," I gasped. "This is my apartment." "What in the devil are you doing?" she sniffed, picking up again, like she were in her living room. "Don't curse at me, I'm babysitting your pad. Someone's got to keep the world in line." The golf floored me. "I never told you to watch something. You're an intruder, making my shower, drinking my whiskey, ruining my couch." She swept her brush. "I inspect units when individuals are absent. It's a service." "You ought to say thanks to" meant homes get burglarized. I saw my open kitchen drawers, reorganized food, my bedroom door, a jar with rumpled linens and horrible open mail on the table. "You rummaged my things," I demanded. "Simply preserving order," she said, dismissive. "Those charge card bills, imprudent expenditure." "Malik," I removed my phone. "I'm calling the police." Fear crossed, then defiance in her eyes. "Go ahead, I'll report you to them. You stormed in on me, threatening me." Who will they believe? The innuendo struck home, but I remained calm. They'll believe the guy with ID and keys with his name on the lease, 3 minutes to leave, or I call 911. Lattice unwrapped towel slowly sliding off. I kept my eyes turned away. "You can't evict me. I'm not dressed 2 minutes. 45 seconds, I said, tapping my watch. "Finding you here, using my stuff. That's the crime." She stomped her foot. "You're ruining everything. I do this for everyone that stopped me. You enter other apartments uninvited. I check pipes. Plants neighborly duties," she said, grabbing a makeup bag while showering and drinking their liquor. She sneered. "Mrs. Khan wouldn't appreciate that help." Her eyes turned sly. "I've run the HOA for 15 years. Cross me and your unit might have issues." "Threatening me now," I fired back. "That's abuse of authority." 1 minute. I added, "Bathroom still running." She rushed to shut it off, coming out with clothes bunched up to her chest. "Where do I switch?" "Not my issue." 30 seconds. She glared. "Fine, call the police." "I'll report." I heard suspicious noises, did a well-being check. "A wellness check with nail polish and whiskey." I scoffed. Then she pulled out her phone. "I'm calling 911. I don't feel safe." Yuri standing in my path. I was 10 feet from the door. Arms crossed. "Go ahead." She dialed, voice trembling. Help, I'm at 437 Oakwood 2. BA man menacing me standing in my path. I started recording panning her. The open door, wet couch, whiskey, my family photos. He's a tall black man. Aggressive, she added, glaring. I spoke loudly. This is Malik Carter. This woman entered my apartment without my permission using an HOA key. I'm recording for safety. She yelled, he's lying. I was doing this as a favor. I'm not blocking anything, I said. She can leave. The wait was torture. Gladys flipped between staged tears, HOA harassment, and towing her hair as if this was a spa day. At 12:30 a.m., there was a harsh knock through the peephole. I could see two officers, a grizzled white guy and a young black woman. Officers, thanks for coming, I said, stepping aside. I'm Officer Brooks, the woman said. This is Officer Hayes. We received a report of a disturbance. Gladys rushed toward towel-clad voice shaking. Thank God this guy's threatening me. I was investigating his apartment and he's yelling, trapping me. Hayes raised an eyebrow at the scene. Gladys, the bourbon, my suitcase? Ma'am, do you live here? No, she's in 2C. I said I'd caught her taking my shower, drinking my whiskey, riffing my mail. I said I'd run a video. Brooks took my ID address matches. You say she used an HOA key? Yes, without permission. I said she says it's routine. Does the HOA allow uninvited entry? Hayes asked Gladys. Not exactly, she stammered, but I have spare key access for emergencies. What emergency? Brooks pressed. I thought I heard water. So you turned on the shower? I snorted, hid a smirk. Any documentation for this? I don't need it. Gladys snapped. I take care of this building. She admitted entering other people's homes. I added and opened my mile of federal crime. Brooks nodded. That's right, ma'am. Entering without permission is breaking. And entering. Using something is stealing. Gladys palled. This is an error. Malik and I are neighbors. No, we are not. I said I barely know her. Sir, do you want to charge? Hayes asked Gladys, cut and venomous. This is why your type create troublesome. No sense of neighborhood, the room stilled. My type, I repeated. She doubled down. You people always escalate instead of talking neighborly. Brooks intervened. Ma'am, stop now. But Gladys fumed. You're all against me, even you, she spat at Brooks. This is aism. Hayes's expression darkened. You're in his home making racial comments. I'd press charges, he informed me. I am, I said. Breaking and entering, theft, mail tampering, all of it. Brooks nodded. Ma'am, get dressed. You're coming with us. Gladys gawked, arresting me. I'm 62, standard procedure. Hayes told, pulling cuffs. She demanded privacy. I insisted Brooks oversee. In the bathroom, Gladys complained about her judge friend dressed. She was cuffed and let out, pleading. Malik, we can resolve this. I shook my head. No, Gladys, we can't. At the station, Brooks took my statement. Cases like this happen too often. People abusing little power, she said. Gladys was bailed out by her husband, Harold, who looked defeated. DA will review, Brooks said. Breaking and entering, solid mail tampering may go federal. Get a restraining order. Back home, a new HOA notice from Gladys stated false violations, ventilation, food storage. I phoned the manager. Sam Bertha is abusing key access. I told him. He sighed. She used emergency key rights last year when you were away. I'll hold a board meeting. My attorney Nathan Cole was shocked. She's cooked breaking and entering, theft, mail tampering. Racial bias, document everything. He said a restraining order and visit to neighbor Mrs. Khan, phone shaken. My spices were RP programmed last month. My soap was used, others reported same story. Move jewelry, missing liquor from streaming history at an emergency meeting filled with angry residents. Sam revealed Gladys accessed keys for a department. The board except Gladys voted her out, Harold abstaining in a quiet revolt. Her lawyer's defense of required inspections fell apart before our evidence. Residents welcomed her removal. Weeks later, Gladys fell silent. Avoiding me in hallways, Nathan told her she'd likely get probation, but would be slammed with a huge civil lawsuit. She pleaded guilty to theft and trespassing for $250,000, split between 9 victims. She sold her condo, wrote letters, apologized, showed up for his counseling, and was prohibited from HOA roles. She replaced my couch herself, booze, and so on, her face pale as she delivered them. This is your fault, she growled. No, I said, it's yours. This building's going now. Gardens Play Area's real community. Gladys moved into a condo in Florida, allegedly trying to repaint their lounge. At Grove's Gladys incident anniversary party, I consumed her replacement whiskey watching neighbors mingle in our new community room. Mrs. Khan raised her glass to karma. I clinked mine to boundaries.